What's up, everybody? This is Adam Albert with Jets Dynasty. Just here to talk about the game that just happened, and I've calmed down a little bit. So it was about a half an hour ago when the game took place, but I was livid. I felt like I was watching the WWE with how bad these referees were. Like it felt like the referees were so bad it was intentional, and there was a call so they called a holding penalty on our defense on 3rd and long while Patrick Mahomes runs for like a 15, 20-yard gain. This is happening on the backside right in front of a referee. That holding. Okay, let's look at this again. Let's look at this again. Okay. He's holding him. Jermaine Johnson is legit facing the opposite direction and still being blocked towards that direction. You got to be kidding me. There's no other explanation besides you're getting hold. Anyway, the ref knew it. I really believe that I don't know. It was really bad for me not to think that it was rigged. Like, and I'm one of these people, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but that was so clearly right in front of the referee. Jermaine Johnson has his hands up, like telling the referee, come on. And the guy's he's still holding the jersey. So it's really hard. I don't really get amped up about this kind of stuff, but when it is so when it is so blatantly wrong morally and ethically, like I really do feel like the referees cheated tonight, because even though the Sauce Gardner call, it looked kind of like a hold, but an open hand. So we also got screwed there. That was like a 3rd and 23 that got converted to a first down, and then the Chiefs ended up winning. Besides that, that was definitely the most prominent part. Besides that, I thought defensively, I'll start defensively. Defensively at the beginning of the game, really disappointed with how easily the Chiefs were able to move up and down the field. Very disappointed. However, as the game went on and as Patrick Mahomes started to make a couple mistakes, our defense really picked it up. And I don't really have any complaints. Like, we stopped them. They only scored 23 points the entire game. I understood that Patrick Mahomes slid at the end, so it technically could have been 30, but I don't really count that because the referees gave them that field position. It really should have been 26 points. Okay, we'll call a spade a spade. It should have been 26 points. But they held the Chiefs to 9 points for 3 quarters, which is good. Yeah, and there's a couple. Quincy Williams, great coverage. And CJ Mosley, you got to catch those interceptions. So he dropped an interception that was right in his hand. You got to catch those. He dropped another one, I believe it was either versus the Bills. It was one of the 3 previous games. I forget exactly what the play was, but he dropped another one that was right in his hand. So CJ Mosley has to be better. Quincy Williams is a dude, and I just mentioned that. Sauce Gardner did Sauce Gardner things. They didn't really throw the ball his way, which is what you expect. That means that he had a wonderful game. And then our D-line played really well, especially towards the end of the game. It seemed like Kansas City's offensive line was holding all day long, which is probably why the referees got sick and tired of throwing the flag, because they're like, oh, it's happening every play. But, I mean, at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I can't believe it, man. I'm just in like shock. I can't even come up with words. Next, Zach Wilson, phenomenal game. Hold on. I'm gonna have a part 2 to this offense.